Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're all having a blessed day filled with peace and joy. Welcome back to our channel where we share the most inspiring, true stories of faith and transformation. Before we begin, let me say a quick prayer for each one of you watching. May Allah guide your steps, fill your hearts with peace, and grant you happiness in this life and the next. Ameen. Today, we're going to share an absolutely incredible story that will truly amaze you. It's the shocking transformation of a world-famous music legend who had everything: fame, money, millions of fans, but then made a decision that left everyone speechless. I'm talking about the remarkable journey of Cat Stevens becoming Yusuf Islam. This story will make you think about what really matters in life and how one moment can change everything. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into this amazing story together. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. In December 1977, one of Britain's biggest music stars made a decision that shocked the world. Stephen Dimitri Giorgio, known to millions as Cat Stevens, walked away from everything: fame, fortune, millions of fans, for something that would change his life forever. At just 28 years old, he was at the absolute peak of his career. Peace Train was topping charts worldwide, Morning Has Broken was in every home, and Moonshadow had made him a household name. He had sold over 10 million albums, lived in mansions, and had everything a young man could dream of. But Cat Stevens was about to discover that true happiness couldn't be bought with platinum records. Success came with a price that Cat Stevens never anticipated: the constant touring, the pressure of producing hit after hit, the emptiness that lurked behind the bright lights and screaming fans. Every night he'd perform to thousands of people, singing about love and peace. But inside he felt increasingly isolated. The irony wasn't lost on him. He was singing about hope while feeling increasingly hopeless. His friends in the industry noticed the change. The vibrant young man who had written "Fill My Eyes" was becoming increasingly withdrawn, searching for something his success couldn't provide. The breaking point came during a concert in Tokyo in 1977. Cat Stevens was on stage performing for a sold-out crowd of 10,000 fans, when suddenly he collapsed. Not from exhaustion, not from illness, but from the overwhelming weight of his own success. The doctor said it was stress, maybe a panic attack, but Cat Stevens knew it was something deeper. He had achieved everything he thought he wanted, but he felt emptier than ever. As he lay in that Tokyo hotel room afterward, staring at the ceiling, he made a decision that would change everything. He needed to find meaning beyond the music, beyond the fame. After recovering, Cat Stevens did something unprecedented. He canceled his remaining tour dates and disappeared from the public eye. He traveled to Japan first, then to Hawaii, desperately searching for something his music had never given him. It wasn't a spiritual journey he planned, but rather a search for his own soul. In a small bookshop in Hawaii, while browsing through philosophy and religion books, something caught his eye: a copy of the Quran in English translation. He wasn't sure why he picked it up, but as he read those first verses, something clicked. The words spoke to his searching heart in ways his songs never had. The more Cat Stevens read about Islam, the more he felt drawn to its teachings. The emphasis on peace, justice, submission to God, and care for the poor resonated with his soul. Here was a path that addressed the emptiness he had been feeling. But embracing Islam meant more than just intellectual agreement. It meant completely changing his lifestyle, his mindset, and eventually his identity. The teachings about materialism, about focusing on the afterlife rather than just this world, directly challenged everything he had built his life around. Yet, for the first time in years, he felt a sense of peace. The decision to convert wasn't easy. Cat Stevens spent months wrestling with his conscience. He was British, had grown up in a Christian family, and was part of the music industry. Converting to Islam meant facing criticism from his family, his record label, and potentially losing everything he had worked for. His manager tried to talk him out of it, warning him about the career suicide he was considering. His friends thought he was having some kind of midlife crisis. But Cat Stevens had found something more valuable than fame. He had found purpose. In December 1977, Cat Stevens officially became Yusuf Islam. The transformation wasn't just religious, it was complete. He sold his guitars, gave away his extensive record collection, and donated his royalties to charity. He changed his name, his style of dress, and his entire way of life. The man who had once been the voice of a generation was now focused on something much bigger. He studied Arabic, learned about Islamic history, and began to understand the profound responsibility that came with his new faith. It was as if Cat Stevens had died and Yusuf Islam had been born. What happened next amazed everyone who knew him. Instead of fading into obscurity, Yusuf Islam found his true calling. He founded the Small Kindness charity, dedicated to helping children around the world. The same creativity that had made him a musical star was now channeled into humanitarian work. He has helped over 2 million children worldwide, built schools, provided clean water, and shown that true success isn't measured in album sales, but in lives changed. The man who once sang about peace had found a way to create it. Today, decades later, Yusuf Islam represents one of the most remarkable transformations in modern history. He proved that sometimes you have to lose everything to find what you truly need. From Cat Stevens to Yusuf Islam, from chart-topping hits to humanitarian hits, his story shows that real success comes from serving something greater than yourself. He didn't just change his religion, he changed his entire purpose in life. And in doing so, he became a living example of how Islam can transform not just individuals, but entire communities. The boy who sang "Morning Has Broken" had indeed found a new kind of morning, one of spiritual awakening and endless possibilities. Before you go, let me leave you with this thought. Just like Cat Stevens found his true path, may you too find clarity, peace, and purpose in your journey. My prayer for each of you is this: may Allah bless you with strong faith, a believing heart, and the courage to follow His guidance no matter where it leads. May He protect you and your loved ones, and may your life be filled with His mercy and blessings. If this story touched your heart, please share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories like this one. Until next time, may peace be upon you all. Take care and remember, you're never alone on your spiritual journey.